My name is Alex and I sell cars for a living. This happened several years ago, long enough that I still think about it, but not so long that the details are blurry. Back then, I was working night duty at the dealership. A man came in alone, neatly dressed, calm, polite. Nothing strange about him at all. While we were talking about cars, I noticed his watch. It was expensive, one of those watches collectors dream about. So I asked him about it. He told me he couldn't afford it new, but he bought it secondhand. Then he casually mentioned a used goods shop that sold real luxury items for unbelievably cheap prices. He said the place had a special section for members only. I didn't think much of it at the time. We finished the consultation, he signed a contract, and left. The next day, curiosity got the better of me. I went to the shop he mentioned. It was strange right away. The building was a small, two-story structure sitting alone near farmland. No nearby stores, no foot traffic. Inside, the first floor had refrigerators, washing machines, basic appliances. The second floor had computers and TVs, but no luxury items. When I asked, the staff told me the luxury section was membership only. No fee, just identity verification, name, ID number, address, phone number. They said it was for safety. That should have been my cue to leave, but I didn't. A day later, they called me back and scheduled a visit. They told me entry was 2 people at a time, 1 hour only, and no reservations allowed unless you were invited. The luxury section was in the basement. It looked nice, but there was barely anything worth buying. Hardly any watches, no rare items, nothing like what I was promised. I left disappointed. Weeks passed. Then something odd happened. I tried to contact that first customer about his car delivery. His phone number no longer existed. I assumed he ghosted me. It happens in sales. Then it happened again. Another customer, another luxury watch, another recommendation of the same shop. He also disappeared. That's when I started paying attention. Months later, while distributing flyers in an industrial housing area, I noticed something unsettling. One building stood out. No cars, thick dust, no signs of life. Inside a mailbox, I found a traffic fine addressed to the first customer. Same name, same spelling, a name so rare there shouldn't be another person with it. A week later, I found mail addressed to the second customer. Same building. I checked the electric meter. It hadn't moved. No electricity usage. No residents. I brought a coworker back with me one night. We guessed the keypad code on the shared entrance. The worn buttons gave it away. Inside was pitch black. No lights, no sound. Every door handle was covered in dust, untouched. But one unit was different. Inside there was no furniture, just cabinets. We opened one. Inside were rows and rows of silicone fingers, perfectly realistic, each with unique fingerprints. Not props, not toys, fingerprints. We ran. Later that year, I had another customer. He had a luxury pen and tie pin, also from that same shop. He told me he'd been there many times. He sent me a text at 1 a.m. Please take care of the financing. After that, nothing. Gone. That's when everything clicked. All 3 customers were completely alone. No family, no emergency contacts. I spoke to someone who knew the darker side of things. He told me a rumor. The shop wasn't selling luxury goods. It was selling identities. People who had no family were taken, quietly removed from real life. Their names stayed active. Their documents stayed valid. Their identities were used. That's why the shop needed fingerprints. That's why they needed personal information. That's why some people went into one door and never came out the same. They didn't kill them, they erased them. After that, I never asked about luxury items again. I never went near that place. And I never told this story out loud until now, because some things don't disappear. They just keep existing without anyone noticing.